I'm Lizzie. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold to encourage self-care, some time for yourself, some time out to relax and enjoy yourself. We all need that through this time. So these films are all dedicated to my colleagues at UCH, but they're very much for everybody to encourage well-being and to keep up our social distancing. It's really hard to be so far apart, isn't it, from friends and family and people we love, and we do that because we care. But for now, we just have to look after our mental health and know that things will get better. So I'm bringing along another lovely pattern. So last week I brought along a lovely fold, a very patterned fold, which is from a book by Robert Harbin. And he's a magician. He was a magician and he did origami on telly. So he started in magic and he came across origami and he just thought it was amazing. And he did more and more. He designed lots himself. And he also, I think, he obviously encouraged the community. So this book is called Secrets of Origami from 1971, and there's I just love these pictures, lots of pictures of folds from all sorts of people from around the world as well. So this one is exploring a lovely chrysanthemum, which is a fold that we've done before, and lots of different ways it can go. So the one that I brought last week, as you saw, it's a very lovely decorative fold. But there's another one which I'm really excited about, which is this very star-like fold. And actually it's beautiful on both sides. Can you see the underneath as well as the top? Very sculptural. And I thought you'll enjoy seeing how one fold can become many different things. It's that transformation and that wonder as to what's possible. I thought it's looking a little bit festive as well. So I thought gently, 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 we can slowly get a bit festive. And maybe these could be decorations for your home. Give yourself a little sparkle. With time, maybe things that you could make for others as well. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Again, just get yourself some paper. Any paper will do. And I will show you how to fold your own beautiful little pattern star-like piece. So I'm going to move this round and grab something to press on. It's always a good idea. A board. And as always, I'm going to show you just from a plain A4 piece of paper, because you don't need anything special, just normal paper. And I will show you how to make a square, and then we'll get folding this lovely pattern. So it'll be interesting if you've done last week to feel the similarities and then how it changes. And I may do something else related again next week. I love this idea of an exploration. It's almost like the evolution of structures. We're going to take a corner and line it up. So I'm originally a biologist, fascinated by life, and this very much all reminds me of sort of biological structures, many ways, little proteins that we're made of, or maybe little small plant forms. This one somehow reminds me of plant forms, little tiny diatoms, things in the ocean. Plants can often have quite strong sculptural shapes. Diatoms are particularly beautiful. Perfect little sculptures. So we're going to get rid of this rectangle, just making our square first of all. So, something quite satisfying, and just doing it all through folding and tearing. That's it. So I've made a square. I do encourage you, just go slowly, take your time, enjoy being slow. Time to slow down. And we're going to simply fold it in half. And when I'm saying and doing this, it's also slowing myself down. I can find myself relaxing, even though I'm filming. This is actually relaxing time for me too. I hope to bring some of that to you. So we folded it in half, and next we're going to take the top and bring it to the middle. Folding it to the middle. It's just a time to be sort of nice and quiet. Just enjoy the rustling sounds of the paper, crisp sounds of it all. We're going to take this outside and bring it to the middle. It's like, I always think it's a bit like a pair of curtains at this point. Maybe it's called a cupboard fold, I don't know. It's like a little bit for doors, isn't it? There we go. So it comes together. And next we're going to fold it in the middle. So if we fold it over, like so. And open it up. And this is so far completely like last week. We're going to then take the top and bring it to the middle. And I've got an idea of doing something a bit like this next week, which will be something different again. We'll enjoy the transformation. That's it. I'm just really enjoying patterns at the moment. I have to say I always love patterns. From the outside to the inside. They're very, very soothing. You can just let your eye roam around and enjoy. So it should look like this. So if you just open up one end, and we're going to do a diagonal through one of these. So to do that, if you take the side and you fold it to make a straight line, can you see? And that's giving you a diagonal line there. That's it. There we go. Get these out of the way. That's it. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, taking this one and folding it over to match this line. Like so. And then squashing it down. Looks a bit like a house, doesn't it? It's not a house today. That's it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So opening it up, and again taking the side and folding it over there. Like so. Can't see, can you? There we go. And the same thing here. This is also like the windmill which you've made. You should then be able to simply squash it down like so. I think someone said this is a pig fold at this point. I presume you could make a pig from this. Many things you can make. Origami, the possibilities are endless. Surprisingly exciting. So we're going to again take one of these flaps and fold it back. Yeah, I found this is a great way of kind of keeping your almost that childhood excitement alive and discovering new things, and just for the pure enjoyment. It's not often as adults that we experience that, is it? Again, each side, holding it back. Lovely. So each of these is a little pocket. So if you put your finger in and squash it down, it makes a square. Okay, take your time, be nice and careful. And the same thing with this as well. So there we go. So again, we're back to this lovely structure. It's so pretty. Look at that. All these different layers. So if we close it in again, and what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these sides and fold it to the middle. I suppose these patterns I find are, there's quite a journey really, but there's quite a lot of repetition. It does take time, but I think it's the time that's actually is needed to really relax. So I think it's an advantage that this takes time. So we're going to do this on each side. So each time going from the middle, and it's forming another lovely shape, isn't it? You could just enjoy the patterns of this one. or you might be using coloured paper, or wrapping paper is also quite good because you've got colour on one side and then white on the other side, which is often used in origami paper as well. But I've enjoyed actually the white because you can just see the lovely form, can't you? So our next step is to take these corners and simply fold it like that. It's nice and neat. And we're going to do that for each of these. Again, folding it over like so. There we go. Lovely structure. Like a little dance. So our next step is to open this up, and this is a little bit almost like the origami birds actually. So we're going to take this top layer and bring it back, and you'll find that the bottom closes very easily, and you probably have to play with the inside there to reverse the direction of the fold. So we're making this a nice little point like so. There we go. We're going to do that for each of these. So again, opening it up and bringing it up, bringing in the sides straight. Little point. Okay. Next one, same thing. Open it up. The good thing is the sort of repetition means that by the end you know what you're doing. It gets easier, and I think we enjoy that feeling of trying something new, but at some point it's also a little bit hard, isn't it, trying something new? But I think that's actually what's good about creativity. It's encouraging yourself to be playful, try new things, and actually that's adapting to a new situation. I think that's increasing your resilience, but also in a joyful way. Okay, and final one over here. Looking like a star, isn't it? Bringing this up and folding in the sides. A little point there. Okay, so you can see we're getting there. We're not far off really. It's a bit smaller, isn't it? But it's not, these arms aren't quite sticking out yet fully enough. So I'm going to turn it to the back, and these little points that are sticking out, I want you to fold them in like so. If you do that on each of these. That's it. So they're now pointing in, and our aim next is to take the outside and try and bring it to the middle. You'll probably find it's a bit tricky actually. So I might put it down here now, but I'm trying to get the outside to the middle and pretty much just pressing in that middle bit. And it's sort of making it quite 3D and sculptural. As I said, it's not necessarily the easiest, but that's all right. Take the side and again, bring it to the middle. Lots of crinkling papers, aren't there? And we're going to do that on each of these sides. So taking it, the edge. So taking the edge and pulling it to the middle. I'm pretty much just pressing in the middle there. Hopefully that's it. Now you should be able to start pushing them in. Can you see? Taking the side. Just this playful quality of what's possible with paper. And Robert Harbin's first book was called Paper Magic. What a fantastic title. You can see it's really coming together now. I suppose it's quite kind of almost square, isn't it? But you can push it in a bit more too. It's also got a bit of a circular quality to it, like so. There we go. And from that side you've got a beautiful star. So I hope that's worked for you. I can fold in a bit more. So it's kind of almost got this square middle to it, and underneath it's quite textured, isn't it? But if you made that small, I can see it maybe being a nice little decoration. I hope you've enjoyed that. I love making these kind of structures. Just pure enjoyment of sculpture, really. And this is all this variation from a traditional base, and in it I'll show you the book again because I love these illustrations. So we've been making this one down here, and Robert Harbin describes that the infinite number of things that can be made for decoration with that sort of base. And Senorita Ligia Montoya, who's apparently from Argentina, I learnt the other day, has produced some really wonderful designs. So play around with that base and see what happens, but most just enjoy playing with it. It's really good for your well-being. So I will be doing a live fold as well, as usual, on Wednesdays at 2. So if you tune in at 2 o'clock UK time, and also I will be doing a different fold each week. So I'm going to be slowly getting a bit more festive. I think this is obviously getting a little bit that direction, slowly. And I hope this has been a nice relaxing time for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.